With this stack of books, I have a nonfiction read that I would love to recommend to y'all today, and a bunch of other nonfiction books that it made me think of. But first off, Guyland. This is one of my 10 before the end. Even though I've really been anticipating this read, I let it linger on my TBR shelf for quite a few months. And that is a shame because this may be one of the books that I more annotated this year. It's one of the ones where I felt like everything was memorable or something that I wanted to discuss at a later time. This is a sociological and anthropological look at the American male between the ages of 16 and 26. This was first published in the late 2000s, and it does seem to have a couple additions to add points that have happened since then to the arguments that he's making. For the edition that I was reading, it seemed to cover the beginning of Trump's first presidency, but it doesn't really mention anything about Kavanaugh's appointment, which I think in later editions may come up because this is a book that talks about quite a few triggering subjects. Be aware that this is going to cover homophobia, bullying, hazing, and the atmosphere that allows these entitled young men to think that they can get away with assaulting others. This is a book that can easily be grouped along with gender studies, so even though this is a well-researched and educational academic style read, there is condemnation, of course, of some of the behaviors, well, a lot of the behaviors that are described within this book. Even though it presents problems, it also presents some alternatives and maybe different methods that could be implemented to try and change those things. This outstanding read certainly made me think of some of my other favorite books that I'm going to recommend now, some of which were referenced on this or reference the read that I just talked about. And because these books have some sensational titles, I might just be flashing them on the screen and not really saying them out loud because censorship. Next up, we have a true crime investigative style read, Among the Bros. If you want to know more about this one, definitely check out my pinned videos. And because Guyland focuses so much on heterosexual relationships, made me think of one of my favorite reads to recommend, Dataclysm. And while this book was not mentioned directly within the pages, hooking up definitely matches up to the chapter where it discusses the dating habits of a young male. But if you're looking for more explicit detail, and if you're looking for more about the boundaries that get blurred, then this is going to be the read for you. Finally, this is a book that you'll see referenced within the pages. It has a sensational title, but it really discusses some of the homophobia that young men will face within their own peer group, families, and the adults around them.